It's a 3-0 win against Newark today. Another impressive performance from the lads.
Yeah, very comfortable. That's no disrespect to them. They've got some good players in their team. But I think the lads just kind of, from the minute off, controlled the game. I don't think Willow making a save today. We've had 18 chances again to probably go and score a lot more goals, but it was the way that we played, passing the ball. Tempo second half was a lot better, first half was a little bit lax. But yeah, good performance all around from the team. Another clean sheet.
And like you say, Sam Wilson didn't have to make many saves. How important is that from a midfield and defensive perspective?
Yeah, the way that we set up to play, quite dynamic in possession and going forward, and I asked them to do recovery runs and sprint when we lose the ball, and they do that, and they defend very well for each other. Blocks go in, people putting the bodies on the line to block it. Midfielders tracking runners. They do it very, very well. They're well drilled, and it shows with the amount of clean sheets that they are kind of getting this year. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the defensive side of it as well today.
Yeah, demonstrated quite a great offside trap. Caught them off about 3 or 4 times in the second half.
Yeah, I think as long as we've got a good line and the communication's good, it can be a vital asset in a team when you're playing the offside trap, especially to keep the distances smaller between the midfield and the attackers when we do get it back. So it's important that they squeeze up. They've got to be brave enough to do so. They've got to trust each other, and they do that. They know each other's game inside out. So yeah, at times it looks very, very comfortable for them.
And it looked like Newark might have just held out for a goalless first half, but Mitchell Robinson came in for Alex today and scored just before the break.
Yeah, I mean, it was evident to see that they'd come to try and stifle us in terms of our tempo and time wasting from minute 10, I think, to this week, which was interesting. But I said to the lads, you're going to get that. You have to rise above that and keep playing your way, keep doing the right things, keep the tempo of your intensity and in possession and out of possession when you haven't got the ball as well. Keep switched on, because sometimes there's big pauses in the game. But yeah, I think we could have probably scored 2 or 3 up to that point. But getting the goal before just half time, it's always the same. Teams are going to be in it for a half of game. Second half, I know these boys are fit and they'll come good all the way through to 90 minutes.
And of course, Romaine Graham scored twice to put the game to bed in the second half. How important is he, not just defensively, but also offensively?
Yeah, he's the captain. He's a vital player for us, and he's chipping in weighing in with some goals this year, which is good. And I've tasked him with doing that because he's a threat in both boxes. He defends very well in ours, and then he's a threat in the opposition, and especially with the balls coming into the box sometimes. I've asked him to get on the end of a few more. He's done that today. Got himself a couple of goals. Probably could have scored an hat-trick as well. There was a couple of cases of pinballing around the area where I still don't know how they've not gone in. But yeah, I'm really pleased for him. But the team as a whole was very, very good today, and some of the players didn't have a great day today. But they kept going all the way through, and that's good temperament and good attitude.
And a few changes towards the end. Joel Valentin came on from the bench, a name that might be familiar to some people who followed us in last year's FA Vals run.
Yeah, he's a player that we've looked to bolster the squad in that area. Obviously we've got injuries to Cam, and obviously had one to JT as well. So I think it's important that we keep the squad strong. Adding one body to it is always a plus. Gives us a few more options. He's a good player, technically very good. Obviously played against us last year, so when he became available, I kind of thought it was a no-brainer. It was a bit of a shame because obviously Tom getting simped in towards the end. I was going to put him on before that, so he only got a short period in the game this afternoon. But yeah, he's going to be a player that will play some minutes for us in the coming weeks. He's a fit lad. He's good on the ball, like I say, and he'll help bolster this squad, already strong squad.
And after a run of 4 matches in 12 days last week, or the previous weeks, you've got a run of home games now. How much do you look forward to that, especially after today's win?
Yeah, it's always good to play at home. The crowd's great. You could hear them singing today, and it's nice to see a lot of people in the ground. It gives us a massive boost. And I think sometimes when you go away from home and you have a trip of away from home games, it's tiring on the lads, especially in the short space of time. So they'll have Tuesday off, and then we'll come back in Thursday and work on a few things and get ready to prepare for Saturday.
It's a 3-0 win today against Newark. It's a 12th match unbeaten in the league, and I think an 8th clean sheet as well. How impressed are you with the lads' performance this afternoon?
Yeah, the boys have been fantastic since I've got here. The spirit in the camp is something I haven't been used to for a little while, so it's really good to be in an environment like this. Everyone's in it together. I think performances show that everybody is in it together. We don't care who scores the goals as long as we win these games.
And so in recent weeks, you've played just behind Alex, really. He was suspended today, so how did you feel playing up front?
It's a job that I've done before. Probably do it again. I'm just happy to play. Like anywhere he wants me to play, I'm happy to play.
And you won quite a few headers in the first half, so close to scoring. A great save on the line by the keeper, and maybe you should have had a goal in the second half as well. Unfortunate to be disallowed.
Yeah, it was frustrating. Obviously, evidently, I was very frustrated with it. But these things happen. We won the game. That's the main thing.
And it's a great one as well, 3-0. The Romaine Graham double. How about that?
Yeah, man, the guy's there, in and about it. Look at the size of him. It's a unit, so I'm happy for it.